Hey there, my fellow barbecue enthusiasts. Welcome back to Baker's Barbecue. Hey, I'm Mike Baker, and today I'm going to take you through a test burn on this new offset smoker I recently purchased. This is actually about a 30-year-old smoker. It's offset stick burner. Got a firebox on the side. Bought it off of Facebook Marketplace. It's a really good smoker. It's an old smoker, but it's made out of thick gauge steel. It's heavy duty. So today what I want to do is I want to season up the outside of the firebox, season up the outside of the smoker. And when we get done with that, we're going to go ahead and just do a test burn throughout. What I want to do is set up my thermometers inside the smoker. And I'm going to go for probably about 3 or 4 hours. And I'm just going to get an idea of how it maintains heat throughout the smoker, throughout the cooking chamber. You know, where's the hot spots, where's the cold spots. I want to see how efficient that it is on the charcoal and the wood. So one of the keys to being a good pit master is understanding your smoker, gaining the understanding of its personality. How does it cook? How does it operate? What are some of the unique flares of it? So that when you do go to actually start doing your smoking in there, you have an idea of how to be able to handle that and deal with that. So if you would, fire up your smokers, do a test burn right along with me. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, if you would, please hit that subscribe button, ring that notifications bell for future videos that will be coming out. If you're not new to the channel, thank you for coming back, supporting Baker's Barbecue. I really do appreciate it. Let's get to smoking. I know it's probably gonna be a couple questions about what is this right here. This is actually a fan of some sort they've put on that actually goes into the firebox. You don't have to use this. A guy I bought it off of said that he used it 2 or 3 times and he really didn't need to use it. So, but it does have the ability, if you want to put some additional airflow into the firebox, you can do that. Take a quick look around this smoker. See, you got a little surface rust right there. Nice smoker. It's up on a nice trailer. Got a lot of cooking surface in there. Good size smoker. Put about probably 20 butts in there. Got a nice wood box. Come around to the back here and you can see it's got a nice tall stack to it. We get a good draw, a good airflow draw through there. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna season up all this you see on this firebox. You're gonna season up here. You can see I did a little bit of test right there. And we're gonna season it up and do our test burn. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get some good canola oil sprayed all over the outside of this firebox. Just go real heavy. Now we got oil on the outside. So you can see it's shining real good. I'm gonna go ahead and get me a fire started. Cheat a little bit there on my fire. I'm gonna start off with a coal bed out of charcoal. So I'm getting me a stack of charcoal going here that I'll pour in the firebox, and we'll put some logs in. All right, let's go ahead and get a fire in here, get it started. Shovel so I can pour this coal around a little bit. Start off with a couple big chunks here to start because I'm going to get a good hot fire going. Put that in there just like that. We'll leave it opened up until we get a good flame going, and then we'll shut it down. So I got to tell you, it feels good to finally get this thing fired up. I bought it probably a month or 2 ago, and it's been nasty weather. The reason I've got it set up out here is because the grass is too wet for me to get it moved around to the patio area. But it feels good to finally see smoke coming out of this bad boy. Nothing like taking an old smoker and bringing it back to life. All right, so I want to kick this fan on. Listen how quiet that is. But it's putting, as I try to get this fire started, look at that. It just immediately, it was barely catching a hold. And I kicked that little fan on. Man, it did the trick right there, let me tell you. All right, so it's got the fire going really good. I showed you a while ago the fan. Man, I'm impressed with that little fan. I can't believe how quiet that is. But going real good. We got smoke coming out of the stack. Doing just what it's supposed to do. He's doing good. Got that temperature according to this thermometer, which I'm not sure if I can trust or not. It's up there at about 250. Here in just a little while, like I said, I'm going to put on my Inkbird thermometers and we'll check the temperature in a couple of different spots throughout the smoker. Good clean smoke. Hopefully you guys can see that, but I'm telling you, it's running real clean blue smoke. I got hickory in there today. All right, this thing's doing beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and get I'm going to put my Inkbird thermometers throughout. I got 3. I'm going to stick them, 1 on each end and 1 in the center. I want to kind of see how my temperature is. All right, get that set up there. I'm just going to lay them in here. I'm gonna have a clip for that one there. This is my actual ambient probe. I'll stick it right there in the center. And then we'll take this other one here, which is actually just a meat probe. I'm gonna lay it up over here, closer to the firebox. All right, we're gonna shut that down. Now we can monitor the temperature. I'm gonna see where my hot spots are, where my cold spots are, and we'll go from there. Not sure how well you can see this, but as you can see, the far left side of the smoker is running at 322. In the center, it's running at 324, and on the far right side at 315. So my goal is not to really be regulating temperature. Like I said, I'm still in the seasoning process after spraying the canola on, but I want to kind of see where the temperature floats out. When I come over here and I compare what my Inkbird is showing to what the thermometer is showing in the smoker, I mean, that smoker is showing right at about 315, 20 degrees. So I think that the smoker temp, or the smoker thermometer here is running pretty accurate. Got the seasoning process all done. Look at that. Look how beautiful that firebox looks. Look how shiny and nice the smoker looks. Come around to this back side here. As you can see, it's all seasoned up. Nice, got a nice coat of oil that is now baked onto it. Perfect. All right, now we got the seasoning process done. I'm letting the temperature come down a little bit. And as you can see, we're running 293 on the far left-hand side of the smoker, running 277 in the center, and about 271 on the far right-hand side. What this tells me is that in the future, whenever I've actually got meat on this smoker, I need to be more mindful of the meat that's to the far left, close to the firebox, which kind of makes sense. The meat in the center and the meat on the far right of the smoker are running real similar as far as the ambient temperature goes. So I know now that when I run this smoker, what I'm thinking is probably about a small split, maybe 2 splits every 45 minutes to an hour. We'll keep this thing running at about 250, 270, somewhere in that range, all total. And that'll be somewhere on an average temperature throughout the smoke chamber. That's the beautiful thing about doing this, that you get some heads up on how your smoker will operate and run in advance before you actually get meat on there with a big crowd of people over and you're trying to cook on a new smoker without knowing how it's going to do. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video today. I recommend that you definitely season up your offset smokers the way I did today. Definitely gives it a good coat to the outside. Do a test cook or a test burn, if you will, on a new smoker when you buy it to get an idea of how the temperature is going to run, how much wood you got to put into the firebox that is going throughout that cooking process in order to have a heads up before you go into actually smoking your first round of whatever it may be, briskets or butts or ribs, whatever it's going to be. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notifications bell, so in the future you get notified for all future videos. If you're not new to the channel, thank you again for coming back. Until the next time I see you, happy smoking.